guessed it. These are not just cases from the past. They are the legal decisions that affect your life today. This is Cases That Shaped America.
The McDonald's hot coffee case everyone got wrong. For decades, Americans were told the same story. An old woman spilled coffee on herself and won millions. It became the most famous, frivolous lawsuit in history. But the truth is far more disturbing. Because this case was never really about coffee. It was about corporate accountability. Who was Stella Liebeck? Her name was Stella Liebeck. She was 79 years old. In February 1992, she was sitting in the passenger seat of a parked car in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Her grandson had just purchased coffee from a McDonald's drive-thru. The vehicle was stopped. She opened the lid to add cream and sugar. Then, the cup tipped into her lap. Within seconds, an ordinary morning became a medical emergency. This was not a small injury. The coffee was served at approximately 180 to 190 degrees Fahrenheit. At those temperatures, liquid can cause severe third-degree burns in seconds. Liebeck suffered devastating burns to her thighs, groin, buttocks, and surrounding tissue. She was hospitalized for more than a week. She underwent painful treatment, including skin graft procedures. This was not embarrassment. This was catastrophic injury. And that fact was lost in almost every joke told afterward. She did not ask for a jackpot. Before filing suit, Liebeck reportedly sought about $20,000 to help cover medical expenses and losses. McDonald's offered far less. Only after settlement efforts failed did the case move forward. That matters. Because the case did not begin with greed. It began with injury and a request for help. The legal question: negligence. The central issue was not whether coffee should be hot. Of course it should. The question was whether it was served dangerously hot at a level creating unreasonable risk. That enters negligence law. Negligence asks a simple question. Did someone fail to use reasonable care under the circumstances? Liebeck's lawyers argued McDonald's knew coffee at these temperatures could cause instant severe burns. Evidence also showed prior burn complaints had been made. Jurors had to consider, did McDonald's know the danger? Did it act reasonably? Could safer choices have reduced the risk? That transformed an everyday spill into a national legal battle. The verdict. The jury did not say Stella Liebeck was blameless. They found her 20% responsible. They found McDonald's 80% responsible. That meant both sides shared fault. Compensatory damages were awarded at $200,000. Reduced for her share of fault, that became $160,000. Then came the number that shocked the country: $2.7 million in punitive damages. And that changed everything. Why punitive damages mattered. Punitive damages are different from ordinary damages. Compensatory damages are meant to help the injured person. Punitive damages are meant to punish misconduct and deter it from happening again. They are usually reserved for conduct viewed as reckless, conscious disregard, or knowing indifference to safety. The jury appears to have concluded that ordinary damages were not enough. Why? Because evidence suggested the company knew the risk and continued the practice anyway. The message was clear. If a corporation knows people are being seriously hurt and does little to change course, the price can be far higher than medical bills. What this changed for America? This case changed how companies think about risk. Across America, businesses became more sensitive to warning labels, product temperatures, complaint tracking systems, internal safety records, settlement strategy after injuries. Because juries can see internal decisions, and once they do, everyday choices can become expensive verdicts. The case also fueled the modern tort reform movement, calls to cap damages and limit lawsuits. That debate still exists today. How the public got it wrong, but most Americans never heard any of that. They heard, woman spills coffee, wins millions. That simplified version became cultural folklore. Comedy shows repeated it, pundits weaponized it. But nuance rarely beats outrage. And so one of America's most misunderstood cases was born. Powerful ending. So was Stella Liebeck greedy? Or was she turned into a punchline because the real story was less convenient? This case was never about clumsiness. It was about whether known dangers should be ignored, and whether powerful companies should pay more when they do. Subscribe for the next case that shaped America, because one verdict can change how a nation thinks.